House Republican leadership is getting a little tired of Matt Gaetz. Oh, just now. I've been tired of him for a while. Uh, Now, on Sunday, the Florida congressman announced that he is going to try to remove House Speaker Kevin McCarthy after he was able to pass a continuing resolution, along with Democrats' help, of course, to avoid a government shutdown. Again, this is just a continuing resolution. He had to appeal to Democrats because they essentially did not have the votes, razor thin margin. And as a result, Gaetz said that he would be filing a motion to vacate the chair as House rules permit, House rules that McCarthy had agreed to when he became Speaker. So Gaetz said, I think we need to rip off the Band-Aid. I think we need to move on with new leadership that can be trustworthy. You know who agrees? Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who called McCarthy a weak leader, and I'm inclined to agree. That said, McCarthy responded saying, so be it, bring it on, let's get it over with, and let's start governing. Really, I mean, because we're waiting on Republicans actually governing. It's literally never happened in my lifetime. That said, what did you expect? Elect clowns, get a circus. What did you think was going to happen, Kevin? You basically handed over the keys to the asylum to the inmates, giving them the power, any one member, the power to call for a vote to remove the speaker. Come on. Now, here's the thing, though. Matt Gaetz has not won himself any friends in doing this, among many other things, but I think this is the latest straw here, because he's pissed off pretty much everyone. According to HuffPost, many GOP lawmakers complained that the House had waited too long to take up annual spending bills, squandering an opportunity to force the Senate to negotiate on spending and policy priorities. Now, the reason they took so long is because of people like Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Greene, the Freedom Caucus, the crazies that were too busy pushing McCarthy to do impeachment inquiries against Biden with no evidence instead of actually, trying to do those other things. There's more. According to a report from CNN, an unnamed House Republican that said that the caucus wants Gaetz gone and that they may use findings from the ongoing Ethics Committee investigation into the Florida congressman to oust him from the report. One Republican lawmaker pointed to the ongoing Ethics Committee investigation into Gaetz, warning that if he wasn't cleared, he could get expelled by those who want him gone. There is a group of people who are Gaetz haters. I love it. There's nothing like Republican on Republican crime, which is not really a crime, honestly. Let him fight. Let him fight. The member said, we want him out. Oh, really? There's more. Fox News White House correspondent Jackie Heinrich also reported the House Republicans are preparing to move on Gaetz, but not that way. Not that way. Not the way that Gaetz allegedly moved on teen girls, but a different way. Different way, according to the ethics reports. The unnamed House Republican told Heinrich, quote, no one can stand him at this point. A smart guy without morals. Well, I mean, I can agree with the without morals part, but is he a smart guy? I don't know about that one. I may want to dispute that one. Just saying. Stupid. Okay. Now, that's unnamed House Republicans. Let's get to one who is named. Representative Mike Lawler, who's a Republican of New York, spoke of Gaetz' quote, diatribe of delusional thinking, and said he was acting for, quote, personal political reasons. Kevin McCarthy also made a similar accusation, saying that Gaetz was more interested in securing TV interviews than doing stuff. Well, yes, because look, being the loudest, loudmouth moron in the room is actually a benefit for Republicans, weirdly enough. Because, and by the way, also trying to stop government is another thing that seems to be working very well in Republican politics. So yes, being an obstructionist, being a generally unlikable a-hole plays really well with their own base, but not so much with their colleagues, obviously, and not so much for the people who actually fund the Republican Party, and that's the donors, which again are still, I think, very much in control of the general party apparatus, not of the base. Trump and people like him are in control of the base, but the money people still kind of run the party. And the money people, not happy with Trump, not happy with the Freedom Caucus, not happy with government shutdowns because it, ruins their credit rating in the United States, obviously impacting their business, their money, and of course, a government shutdown would also tank stocks. It would not do well for the stock market. And so that's what the money people are concerned about. Whereas again, the average, Matt Gaetz voter is just concerned about, oh, yeah, we gotta stop them government. Let's stop the government, get off my back. Except the government's actually not on their back. That's just right-wing talking points from, again, corporations that just want to be deregulated. And ironically, they're the ones that are like, no, don't shut down the government. No. They also have this weird belief that somehow shutting down the government would have prevented the investigations into and prosecution of former President Donald Trump for his alleged crimes, many alleged crimes, the greatest crimes, best crimes. But no, it wouldn't have had any impact on those things whatsoever. So it was just a useless, pointless maneuver that Trump himself had called for. So there's that. So you got those two sides that normally, again, the money people were generally pretty good at distracting and getting the rubes to, go along with their agenda, but it seems to not be the case so much anymore. But for Gaetz, again, he's generally trying to pander to those rubes for whatever reason. That said, we know that no one likes Matt Gaetz. Okay. But it is interesting how the caucus says that they plan to get rid of him if the ethics investigation into him does not go well. Since when have Republicans cared about ethics? Well, normally they don't. But if they have an opportunity to get rid of something they don't like because of a ethics investigation or the results show them to be unethical, which, shock, surprise, a Republican that's unethical or a politician in general that is unethical. Oh, no, can't have that. Oh, no.
Can't let that happen.
No, they'll get rid of somebody that they don't like using those investigations, of course. Now, on the flip side, if they can do that, they can also protect someone they like from ethics investigations, which we've seen them do before. And that gets me to the point of where I don't think I actually believe anything, when it comes to ethics. They don't care about it at all. What they care about is politics and power. And so, obviously, that's where Matt Gaetz is coming from. It's about his political, ambitions. It's about his own power. And that translates, of course, into voters. But at the same time, on the other side, it's also about politics. Because if they let the government shut down, people would blame the Republican Party as a whole. And that would not do well for their election prospects, especially for some of these more vulnerable members. And for power, obviously, if they're voted out of power, then they have less of it. And their corporate masters aren't exactly happy if they don't get a lot of what they want, which is, again, tax cuts, deregulation, that whole thing.